Jag heter Angelina.
Jag har trott.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, precis.
We're here with one special guest today and we want to start knowing more about her life. So here we have
Angelina입니다.
Today we will do her makeup while we do some questions and get to know her a little bit better. So Angelina, please introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Angelina Foss, Swedish Chilean, born and raised in Sweden. Chilean parents, lived a couple of years in Chile, in Viña del Mar.
Really?
My parents are porteños. Came to Korea 9 years ago, stayed forever. Nacionalidad chilena y sueca, tengo dos pasaportes. Así que tengo un nombre chileno y nombre sueco.
¿Cuál es tu nombre sueco?
Angelina Foss.
¿Y español?
Angelina Álvarez Salinas Cristel Foss. Tengo 32, soy del 87.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
Mi abuela me dijo, las mujeres chilenas son como el vino chileno. Y el kimchi ayuda también.
First question. What is your profession?
I am many things, but my main title is creative director.
Love it. Tell me about your story, cómo empezaste, cómo llegaste a Corea. A little bit of your background in general.
When I was teenager, I was otaku.
Really?
Yeah. I was very into Japanese rock in Sweden, and I was very into like all kinds of emo genre. I loved everything that was underground, not mainstream. And then when I was 13, I went to Chile and I got to know tribus urbanas.
Okay.
And El Diario de Eva. I watched
Diario de Eva. Oh,
I watched that and I was like, Chile knows they're really into this underground subcultures.
Yeah.
So I went back knowing even more about Asian culture, going to Chile. And then one day I discovered K-pop through YouTube recommendations. So I saw SHINee, Luna Moyepo, 2007 maybe. And then I was like, who are these beautiful boys? What is this K-pop? And from then I was obsessed. I watched everything with SHINee.
I feel you.
Every variety show. I needed to know more. I wanted to know everything about each member. And then I was trapped.
What did you study?
Science.
Really?
No tiene nada que
No
ver.
tiene nada que ver.
My journey was studying international relations at university in Korea. I spent 1 year looking for jobs in Korea within my profession, but I found nothing. And then my professor recommended me CJ-ENM. So I was like, okay, I like this company, and I applied for their internship. And I got it, and they asked me to join their global Mnet team for marketing.
Wow.
And then I was like, this is so much fun working with it. You know, see the behind the scenes of everything, all K-pop things. I had experienced what it is to work at Korean office.
Okay.
The office culture in Korea is very special.
Very.
But it was a learning experience, very interesting.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this is not for me. After 2 years, I went back to Korean school, studying more Korean. And during that time, I was doing a little bit of like ariran jobs and started working with K-pop concerts in Europe.
Wow.
So I was helping the European promoter contacting the artists in Korea.
You're kind of like an agent.
Then being on tour with VIX in Sweden, they told me that, oh, we're doing music video in Stockholm. Can you help us? And I was like, oh my god, yes, I love music videos. I knew Bros because they were the most famous music video directing team, and I was really excited to meet them. So I helped them when they came to Sweden, and I talked a lot with the director. The director is the CEO of Bros. So I asked him, do you have interns? And he was like, oh my god, do you want to do it? And I was like, yeah. And that's how I entered Bros.
Amazing. That's like destiny. Like,
Right.
like you were meant to be it.
It was really fun working with the music video. I loved seeing all the creative parts of what is K-pop, because K-pop is so visually pleasing,
Exactly.
and to work with that behind the scenes was really amazing, fantastic for me, and I was so curious. I wanted to know everything. So I went back later to Korea, and my boss called me up and he's like, you want to do this internship? And I was like, I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Yeah, and then I've been working with Bros 5 years now.
5 years. I want to know, what is a typical day in your life? What is the typical day in Angelina's life?
I came home yesterday, 3 a.m. from the office, slept 4 hours, and packed my equipment and went to embassy to help interviews at embassy with some idols. Rolling Stone India is visiting Korea at the moment, and I am helping them doing all these idol interviews for work. Basically, a normal day in Sunnybrook's office is never the same. This week I filmed Monday Ola School for Zani TV with Card, and then Tuesday I was editing a music video I directed. Wednesday we filmed the VAV for Zani TV. Thursday I kept editing and I went to look at our trainee.
Do you have day offs?
Recently I started to. Before I didn't, but
So
I was so stressed and very tired. So I said to myself, Angie, you need a break to work more creatively. So I gave myself Sundays off. So on Sundays I try to be with my friends and
like have fun.
Have fun in terms of like going to cafes and eat a lot.
Perfect. ¿En verdad estuviste trabajando todo este tiempo? How many hours a day?
I actually calculated yesterday that I woke up at 7 to be the shoot around 8, and then I got home 3 a.m. So it's more than 12 hours. And when we film music videos back in the days when I was doing more music video production assistant, once we filmed a music video for 32 hours.
32 hours?
And we filmed another music video 56 hours, and we slept 3 hours.
Oh my god.
How did you go through that?
I was crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of coffee. The artist, makeup artist, everyone works like that on set. It's very tough, rough, but we're all in this together. So everybody's like crazy and giving them all, then after you can die and look at your result and be like, wow, we did this.
It was kind of your dream or not to do this kind of job?
No, my dream was to have a puppy. Really? In Korea, but I haven't been able to get a dog yet. No, I just wanted to work with something exciting, creative. I come from a family where my sister is super creative with arts, and my mom too, and they paint a lot. I never had the painting creativity, but more like vision. I've always loved films and dramas and music videos. Always been fascinated, but I never saw myself there because I was so into studying environmental science.
You were like 18. What was like your actual dream back then?
To work for the UN.
Wow.
Yes, I was very into politics, I was very into environmental work, and I wanted to maybe work with the Red Cross. Back then I just wanted to like travel the world, work at the UN, be a diplomat maybe. Honestly, I was very into arts and music, but when I told my father that I wanted to apply for the art school, te quieren morir de hambre.
Claro, obvio. Mentalidad chilena.
Exactly. My parents are Chilean. Yep. It's different in Sweden because Swedish parents are like, do whatever you want. My parents are like, we're immigrants in Sweden, we worked so hard and blah blah blah. And I'm like, they never really were angry at me, but I felt that pressure that because my parents sacrificed so much for giving
all the way.
Yeah, and they came when they were so young and they had nothing in Sweden. And to give us these opportunities, I would be malagradecida.
Exactly.
If I didn't do something big. Of course, I was like, I cannot be a doctor, Mom.
Exactly.
But I was studying really hard and doing all these other things. And I think being by myself in Asia kind of opened the ways for me to start thinking more
for yourself.
Selfish? I don't want to say selfish.
It's not selfish, it's like what you really want to.
Without hearing
like críticas.
Yeah, because you know, I have my big family, my grandmother, my aunts, everybody has their opinion about us all the time. And then my cousins were getting into med school, they were doing engineering, everybody was doing big things.
And you were becoming like compared to others. Típico chileno.
Yes.
Típico chileno.
When I told my dad I was working at CJ and I was gonna work with, marketing of music, he was like, what exactly are you doing, Angelina? And I was like,
What is your work?
exactly, ¿qué es lo que le digo a la gente?
Claro.
When they ask me, what
¿Qué es lo que le digo a la gente? Como,
Right. Yeah, and I'm like,
really?
¿y qué es lo que estás haciendo en Corea? And my mom was always supportive. My mom was like, if you're happy, that's okay, mijita.
Oh, típico mamá chilena.
Tips for Chilean youth.
Yes.
Maybe try to live abroad a little bit and you can be a little bit more independent.
Exactly.
Nothing bad toward my parents.
They were born like that. They were raised
Exactly,
like that.
and I completely understand them. And now they're so proud. You know when Gangnam Style became so big?
Yeah.
My dad was like telling everyone, do you know Gangnam Style? My daughter works with that. And I'm like, okay, dad, yo no hice Gangnam Style, pero cualquier cosa que la gente puede asociar y si es Corea. And now with BTS also.
Exactly.
But now he can associate
The
K-pop.
magnitude of it.
Exactly, so I'm like very grateful for that. Now my dad is very content and very proud.
Bueno, hard work pays off.
Sometimes when I'm on set working and doing all of this, I get moments where I'm like, is this real? Like a couple of years ago, I was with my bad internet trying to see everything K-pop on YouTube.
So it's like life that you dreamed sometime, maybe in like the back of your brain?
Yeah, and just living in Korea, in Seoul, it's so much fun.
It's different.
Even if I'm alone, I don't feel lonely. I felt lonely in Sweden, but here I'm like, I just look at the people. There's so much things happening all the time in Korea. There's new opportunities, new events, new people, new everything.
Okay, so your dream was to be in the UN. But it was like your dream or was your father's idea of dream?
Both. In high school, I went to India for my graduate project.
Okay.
So I spent 2 months in rural area in India, writing about monocrops and pesticide and how the climate change is affecting farmers in India. I was very angry at the world.
Okay.
And I was like, humans are mean, we're destroying our planet, so many people are suffering. So I was very sad. Not that me being sad helps them,
Exactly.
but I wanted to work towards doing the planet a better place. Working with music, I always wanted to just making people happy. I think that's what sparked something in me when I saw the fans from the other side, because I was always on the fan side watching a concert, but then being from the other side, seeing that happiness. I remember when I was working for Mnet, so I sometimes worked at M Countdown, and I was standing by the side of the stage looking at the fans, and I saw these Korean high school girls with their uniforms, and they looked so tired, so stressed, and as soon as the idols started performing,
It changed.
their eyes were sparkling, and for that 5 minutes that these artists are giving them this escapism,
Yeah.
that just made me so happy to look at. I was like, isn't music amazing? And it inspires so many people.
It's true.
It makes people change a lot and appreciate something beautiful that is art.
For doing MVs and stuff like that, are you fulfilling your dream right now?
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
That's amazing.
I'm very, very grateful. I feel very blessed. The only thing missing in my life right now is a dog.
I love it.
I want a dog. I can't because of my work. Pobrecito, he will be alone all the time.
So you have memories in Chile?
Yeah, very beautiful memories from living in Chile. So I was born and raised in Sweden, right? But I went to a Chilean kindergarten.
Wow.
My mom-
In Sweden?
Yeah, my mom put me in a kindergarten with all the tias. Because there's a lot of Chilean immigrants in Sweden. So I actually learned Spanish, my first language that I spoke.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, mamá, papá, comida.
Mamá, comida, por favor.
Exactly. And then I started school in Sweden, and there I learned Swedish. Also, there was kind of a culture shock for me because my house was so Chilean. My parents always had Chilean TV on. We have a big family.
So you were like Chilean.
In my house, always Chilean food. We speak only Spanish in my house. My
Wow.
parents were very keen that we knew where we were from. Because in Sweden, when I experienced racism, I always knew that it's okay, I have a whole continent of people who look just like me. Because sometimes they used to tell me this, were like, tiene pelo de caca, tiene los colores de caca. Or me decían like, go back to your country. And I'm like, excuse me, I was born and raised here. So my parents did actually a good job introducing me to my culture and, you know, knowing Sweden is where we live and we appreciate the country and everything, but
you have a country that's of your own.
yeah.
Volviendo un poco más a tu current life. Ahora, ¿cuál ha sido tu trabajo más preciado? ¿Cuál es el único que te has dicho así? Este video o lo que sea fue como mi todo, mi 100% me encantó y me siento súper proud.
Obvio que son los videos que me dejaron hacer más trabajo creativo.
¿Ya?
Y también los videos que me dejaron ser la directora. Pero además de todo eso, el MV que me dejó como súper así y aún me acuerdo de todo lo que pasó fue Vic's Error.
¡Wow! Me encanta. ¿Cuál es la razón?
El concept, la coreografía, el drama, la canción,
Todo.
todo. El equipo que trabajamos ahí, me encantó todo. Yo estaba como... Y cada vez que filmábamos a En Hakjun, cuando él baila, es uno de esos artistas que uno queda como...
¡Wow!
Él sabe exactamente en cada segundo qué hacer y cómo trabajar en la cámara. Todos se quedan como callados mirando la pantalla como... wow. Lo mismo con Hannah. Ella es otra artista que, aunque hemos filmado más de 30 horas, están todos súper cansados. Imagínate, ella con los tacos, bailando,
Dándolo todo.
action, boom. Ella se transforma en un super diva y como...
Sabe su personaje, sabe su pelo.
me fascina tanto, yo como... todos se quedan como que ella como...
¿Cuál es el artista que más te ha impresionado a la hora de trabajar? Aparte de esos dos que ya hemos hablado.
Super Junior. Que son tan divertidos.
Ya.
Hacer el ambiente. Pasa la hora así. Te tienen tantos chistes. Ellos son súper amables con toda la gente del equipo, hasta con las personas que están quitando la luz, se saben los nombres de todos. Todos se ríen. Uno se pasa riendo en todo el MV.
O sea, lo pasan bien mientras de la pega.
Sí. Tengo una experiencia que fue como... no puedo decir nombres y no puedo decir exactamente lo que pasó, pero en una de esas fue como... qué lata que sea tan mala onda, pero al mismo tiempo me dejó como muy mal un comentario que tuve que escuchar directamente, pero después pensé, debe de estar cansada. ¿Quién sabe lo que está pasando en su cabeza, en su vida? Tú sabes, los artistas, ellos pasan por mucho, se ha escuchado mucho lo que ha pasado últimamente, así que traté de como no juzgar. Lo único que me ha dejado así como súper mal, no es nada con artistas, pero ha sido con situaciones de cuando estamos filmando en otros países. Había situaciones que solamente podíamos arrendar un lugar por ciertas horas y ha durado mucho más, y ellos como no, si no se van ahora van a tener que llamar a la policía, y yo como pero aún no tenemos en shots que quieren. Y mi jefe como súper nervioso, y yo como ¿qué es lo que hago?
No es solamente glitz and glam.
No.
Es harta pega y harta estrés.
Sí, muchas discusiones.
You feel accomplished?
No.
¿Todavía no?
No, me falta.
¿Cuál es el proyecto más grande que has hecho hasta el momento?
Yo creo que el proyecto que estoy haciendo ahora con nuestra trainee, Alex Christine.
Wow.
Ella es una coreana-americana, su mamá es coreana pero adoptada y su papá es ruso-americano, así que ella es mitad. Vivo con ella, la he observado durante un año entero esta cabra chica. La estaba entrenando hardcore sistema coreano, me encanta.
¡Qué intenso!
Vamos a sufrir todos juntos. Y ella, pobrecita, igual ha pasado por momentos muy duros y yo como la entiendo.
Sí.
Así que cada semana le hacemos evaluación de baile y canto y todas esas cosas. Así que día y noche, todos los días, clase de coreano, baile, cantando. Así que la estamos preparando para su debut. Ella está súper interesada en descubrir lo que es el país de su mamá. Porque su mamá la adoptaron a los 5 años en Estados Unidos. Vino para buscar a su familia coreana.
Perfecto.
Pero ellos hicieron un contrato que no querían ser contactados.
O sea...
Así que ese es mi proyecto más grande del momento, el Alex y Sunny TV, que es el canal de YouTube que yo hice para el público latino y para conectar a los K-pop idols con el público latino que, como he estado diciendo no sé cuántos años, como por favor,
Hágalo.
y muchos artistas saben que tienen muchos fans en Sudamérica y quieren hacer más. Y también gracias a Despacito.
Despacito de thank you. Para Yankee.
Y me dijeron, Appa Yankee. Yo como...
¡Appa Yankee!
Appa Yankee son venir.
¿Algún idol del momento que has trabajado con? Algo que puedas contar.
Recién grabamos con Card por Sunny TV.
Wow.
Me reí tanto que llegué a llorar. Eso, me encantan porque ellos son uno de los artistas que, o sea, han ido mucho a Sudamérica,
Sí.
pero no han ido a puro, para ser chileno, a puro lesear.
Claro.
Observaron, aprendieron tanto.
Y trajeron de vuelta.
Sí, y son muy bien educados en la cultura sudamericana, ¿no? Ellos saben el acento peruano, el colombiano, el chileno, las diferentes...
Son instruidos.
¡Súper! Y eso me hizo tan feliz porque el interés les viene de ellos mismos. Súper agradecido por toda la atención que le ha dado a Sudamérica. Pero también son tan divertidos que lloré. Yo era la producer, está ahí detrás de cámara, tú sabes, organizando todo, pero
Exacto.
me reí y como tenía que estar en silencio, pero estaba como callada, pero me caían las lágrimas. Y después veo a mi otro compañero y él también está cagado en la risa, así que yo también, no podíamos terminar y era tan chistoso. Nosotros hicimos el video musical de Card. Así.
El nuevo. Lo vimos, me encanta.
Y yo como...
Bravo.
The beauty shots, todo, el concepto, el arte.
Yo así como...
Todo. Y nosotros quedamos como... ¡Wow! Me encanta.
Quality. Me dijiste que no te costó adaptarte a Corea. Para nada.
No. Llegué y dije, sí, así se siente sentirse en casa.
Qué lindo. Fue como volviste a tu casa.
Sí, de lo mejor mi vida antepasada fui coreana.
¿Sí? ¿En una de esas?
O coreano.
O we never know. ¿Nunca te has hecho una regresión para saber?
No, me da miedo.
¿En serio?
No quiero saber la maldad que he hecho en mi vida antepasada. Algún día. Este episodio.
Excepto el próximo entrevista vamos a ver si Angie se hizo una regresión. A ver si...
Vamos a grabar su regresión.
Es como shocking. Es como, oh my god. Como, ahora entiendo todo, entiendo mi vida.
Imagínate si fue alguien malo, como fui Adolf Hitler o
¿Te cachai?
no quiero saber. I was Elvis Presley o Juan Gabriel.
Pues next question is, ¿qué te dirías a ti misma hace 10 años? Cuando tenías 20.
Le diría 13 sobre pequeñas cosas y no te preocupes tanto. Yo siempre pensaba en a veces, me estresaba todo y yo siempre pensaba que no es muy tarde para empezar a hacer esto y lo otro porque yo vi a otra gente que empezaban a estudiar coreano y llegaban a Corea tan jóvenes y todo eso y yo que como don't you worry, it's all gonna be fine. Cuídate la piel, por favor. Yo antes me lavaba la cara con agua y jabón. Ahora mi hermana más chica me dio como un 4-step, no sé qué. Ella tiene 10 años menor que yo.
¿Ya?
Y ella es como very into skincare.
Ok, perfecto.
Y ella como, mira, por favor, cuídate tu piel. Yo como, me pego la cara,
Muy bien.
hago masaje. Porque ella me dijo, perdón, pero ya tenés 30 años, así que tienes que... Y yo como, ay,